Ego, a word that looks small, but in reality, it's one of the most dangerous and powerful forces in the universe. If you ask me what is the most powerful force in this world, my answer won't be money, not power, not even love. It's ego, because ego has the ability to make a person do anything. It can push someone to break free from lifelong poverty. It can make a man walk away from a toxic friend. It can give you the fire to silence your relatives who doubt you. It can turn you into the most successful person in your bloodline. It can push you to build a great physique, change your entire personality, and achieve dreams bigger than your circumstances. Ego, when used in the right direction, can make you unstoppable. And I repeat, unstoppable. But here's the problem. Most people don't understand ego. They only see one side of it, the negative side. They've been told all their life, ego is bad, ego destroys, ego will ruin you. And yes, it can ruin you, but it can also build you. That's why today, I will decode ego for you, step by step. Don't miss a single step, because this could be the difference between wasting your life and taking full control of it. What is ego? At its root, ego is self-respect. It's the part of you that refuses to be treated as less. Ego shows up when someone ignores your value, when your love is mocked, when your family underestimates you, when your best friend betrays your trust. In those moments, ego rises. It says, I will not be small. I will not be ignored. I am more than what they think of me. That's why ego isn't just negative energy. It's raw energy. And energy can either destroy or create. The negative side of ego. Notice what happens when ego is hurt. We stop living for ourselves and start living to prove others wrong. We chase success not because we want it, but because we want to shut people up. We stop listening to advice because advice feels like insult. We believe everyone is against us. And the saddest part? Ego steals the simple things. Your friend wants to talk to you, but your ego says, if I message first, I'll look weak. So you stay silent. One text, one apology, and the entire relationship could be saved. But ego whispers, don't do it, and you lose someone forever. Ego makes us blind. It makes us think we already know everything. And the moment you think you know everything, your growth ends. Ego creates an illusion of victory. You win small battles, but lose the war of life. Because with ego, you can win arguments but lose relationships. You can silence others but lose your peace. You can prove you're right but end up empty. That's a negative ego. The ego that isolates, suffocates, and eventually destroys. The positive side of ego. But listen carefully. Ego isn't always the enemy. Ego is also the voice that says, I am not as small as they think I am. I am not weak. I am not worthless. When the world tells you you can't do it, ego says, watch me. That voice, that's ego. And in those moments, ego is your shield. It protects your self-respect. It reminds you of your worth. It pushes you when motivation is gone. It fuels you when you are tired, beaten, and doubted. Positive ego can become your identity. It says, I am capable, I am worthy, I belong here. It challenges you to become better, because you don't want anyone to surpass you. And that competition pushes you to learn more, to grow more, to fight harder. That's the positive ego, the ego that lifts, builds, and transforms. How to control ego, the secret is not to destroy ego. The secret is to guide it. If you fight your ego, you'll get exhausted. But if you control it, it becomes your greatest energy source. Here's how. Acceptance. Admit it. You have an ego. Everyone does. But the difference is, do you control it or does it control you? Pause and reflect. When someone calls you out in public, your first reaction is, who the hell are they to talk to me? But pause. Ask, are they right? That moment of reflection is where you take control. Adopt a learning mindset. Ego says, I know everything. Growth mindset says, I still have much to learn. The more open you are to learning, the weaker negative ego becomes. Accept feedback. People who tell you the truth are not your enemies. They are mirrors. Don't run from them. Learn from them. Silence. Sometimes silence is the greatest control over ego. When you don't justify yourself, when you don't argue, your actions become your loudest voice. The final truth. Ego doesn't need to be broken. It needs direction. If ego pulls you down, it's your enemy. If ego pushes you forward, it's your power. Life will test your ego again and again. When you succeed, your ego will whisper, "You're better than everyone else." When you fail, your ego will whisper, "You're worthless." In those moments, remember, ego is just energy, and energy obeys the one who controls it. Close your eyes. Ask yourself, is my ego lifting me up, or is it pulling me down? The answer to that question will decide whether you break in life or rise higher than you ever imagined. This is the power of ego, and now it's in your hands.